Ladies and gentlemen, y'all better get your teacups ready. Because today, it's a bit of a story. It is a very in-depth tea time. So, if you don't know me, my name is Danny, and this is gonna be a party. So, once upon a time, about a year ago, I was doing a show because I'm one of the theater girls, and I don't do sports. Anyway, I was doing a show. So it was a show about, like, I don't even remember what the show is. I've been in like 80 of them. But there was this dude, right? He was in my show. He is a year older than me, I think. I don't know. Irrelevant. But, like, back then, not so much now. It was. And I was like, okay, yeah, I could get on board with this. We start texting and eventually become friends. My god, the tea is spilling. Myself, being the girl that I am, I start to catch feelings. No, you're screwed once you catch feelings. You know, it's whatever. I've caught feelings from people before. Not necessarily like this. It's a couple months later. Like, we have become decently good friends. I touch my hair a lot. Oh my god. I'm really sorry if that annoys you, but I'm gonna be touching my hair. Anyway. So, like, I'm talking to this guy, right? I just got it all over me. I don't like tea, so I'm drinking water. I am filming this on my laptop, so you might see me reach my arm forward to cut the video, okay? Give me a break, I'm broke, alright? To continue on with the story. I'm going on my knees again because I'm indecisive like that. So, to go on with the story, him and I are still talking, right? And he has told me many a times. Oh, hello. Okay, we're gonna. I love how it's backwards. He has told me many a times that he has decent feelings for me. I'm like, great, all good, things are going forward. Well, not really. So we keep talking, and I want to say another 2 months later, we get into a argument. It's all over me. But we had this huge. Oh, I just remember what it was about. So he started going out with this one girl, right? And her and I were like decent friends. We still are. Like, you girls got some good friends. But, like, so they started going out, and I was like, great, love that. So I start distancing myself from him because it just got really, really awkward. And he knew that I, hey, I'm here, date me. I think this is the most desperate I've ever sounded. Excuse you, Snapchat, where did my phone even go? What the hell? Okay. What? Where? What? But you see, the lighting's different because I was using the flashlight inside of this pink lamp that I've had since I was 8 to make decent lighting. Now it looks like a creepy ASMR video. Alright, we got our good lighting back. Anyway, so I don't even remember where I went, or where I was. Like, okay, so, right. So, before I was so rudely interrupted by Snapchat, I started, like, distancing myself from the dude. He starts getting all offended. And he starts calling me all these things, like, you're a B triple asterisk, you're a W quadruple asterisk. I'm in school, okay, and if my school finds this, then, but, that just made me nervous, but whatever. So I'm just like, okay, you need to chill, and I'm gonna probably not talk to you after this, because, I don't stand for that crap. If you're gonna call me that jokingly, then I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever. But if you're gonna actually insult me, then I'm like, okay, you're irrelevant, bye, you can leave. Exit the premises, please and thank you. So he's out of my life. And so after that show, which was, the end of it was painfully awkward, the next season of show starts. And I get into another show at that same theater with the same, people. So, I am in the show, right? And then one of the people in the show drops out, so they need someone to fill the role. Bet you can't guess who they called. Yeah, so that was a fun day. Anyway, so they called him in, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll just avoid him. And it was the hardest thing, because the theater that I perform, whatever, at, is not that big. It's not that big at all. Like, there is the lobby, the box office, the lobby, the theater, and then backstage, and then, an outside patio area where the actors can go, because our backstage area is not that big. And with, props and stuff back there, it's really not that big. So, yeah, whatever. And he's still dating this one girl. And I'm like, again, we are still really good friends. And it's just a mess. And so I'm just like, okay, I need to be like a adult. I'm not an adult. Clearly, I'm not an adult. But I'm like, okay, I need to fix this. So the town where he lives was having a homecoming parade thing. This actually was exactly a year ago, because they just had it last weekend. So yeah, this is exactly a year ago. And so I go to the thing with a bunch of my friends, right? And I end up making new friends. And I'm like, okay, if he shows up, I'm gonna talk to him. So he does eventually show up. And then I'm like, hey, I know I overreact. I know we both overreacted to the situation. I'm sorry I was so distant, blah, 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 blah. Hug it out. Everything is all good again. And we start talking again, talking as friends. And I realized very quickly that I'm like, crap, I'm not over this dude. So we start talking again. And that very quickly escalates to, oh my god, you're my best friend. I'm like, right. So eventually, he and one of my good friends, they split. And then I'm like, oh, and then this is my chance. And so he is like a mess after this. So I apparently still like him. I don't know what was happening in my brain. Oh, jeez. But, so, yeah. And now it's around, Thanksgiving, I think. And, we're talking again. And for privacy reasons, this is going to be, it's the same concept, but a few details have changed. So we're talking one night, and he was telling me about a friend that he has that is very openly gay. Bet you can't guess where this is going. Anyway, so he was telling me about all the things that his gay friend does, and how he's just like, oh yeah, that's super cool. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, but how can a straight guy, I don't even remember, but I was like, yeah, but you're straight, aren't you? He goes, no. I'm like, I choked on my tea. And I was so upset. Like, full on Trisha Paytas crying on the ground. Like, oh my god. I was so upset. Because your girl fell hard. And so, like, I was pretty, like, shaken up. Like, the next day at school, girl, I was crying in third period. I was crying. I. So, again, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna step back because suddenly I have no interest in you at all. Well, that's not true. I was still totally hung up on the guy, but he had no interest in me at all. And so I start distancing myself again. And he's just like, oh my god, what's wrong? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. So fast forward a month later, I'm in yet another show. I know. I'm kind of obsessed. But I'm in yet another show. And I am totally hung up on yet another dude. Because I'm like that. It was a rebound. Okay. It was like, ugh. And he was like, hey, I'm gonna come to your show. I'm like, no. I didn't say that. I was like, okay, great. So he comes to the show, and I get off the stage. I say bye to my family. I'm going to IHOP afterwards. Like, it's gonna be great. And he comes up to me, and he's like, hey. I'm like, hi. And just, oh my god. This next part is, so he's like, hey. I'm like, okay, what do you want? Like, why did you come? And he goes, oh, I just wanted to tell you that I don't want to be friends with you anymore because you've been a terrible friend to me this entire time because this has been so hard for me. Like, I get that you're coming out and crap, but, like, can you please think? The audacity that this guy has is incredible. Honestly, I applaud him. But, like, yeah, so since then, I don't think I've said 2 words to this guy because he put me through so much emotional trauma. And I feel like some of you guys that have been, like, cheated on or whatever, like, are just like, okay, this isn't that bad. You weren't even dating him. But I was just like, you don't understand how hung up on this guy I was. I was straight up obsessed. Like, I think I convinced myself that I loved him. Like, no. No. No, 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 no. 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 So yeah, that was a great time in my life. It's been a year without saying 2 words to him, and you know what? I am just fine with that. Because, uh, gay boy over there isn't exactly the finest guy in them anymore. I mean, I guess he's still nice, though, because he still has his friends and stuff. He didn't turn into a complete jerk. But, like, why you gotta do me like that? Alright?